Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is me, Derek Tadpole Dallas, coming back at you with a video that I feel is put in my heart to share with you guys. And I was just thinking today, I thought about something I want to drop and share with some people that really helped me. And I just want to let you know that your life is important. Your life is of value. Your life means something. In the society we live in these days and times, you got people feeling worthless, feeling like they're nothing. I guess because they might not have enough money, they might not have enough friends, enough followers, enough social status, enough whatever it may be. But what I wanted to talk to you about today was how unique you are and what makes you significant in the time that you placed in. You could have been born in any other time, at any other day, at any other moment, but you was put in at a specific time for a specific purpose, for a specific reason, for a specific generation. So I want you to think about something. And this will help you to really grasp hold to, I really am somebody. No matter if your mama said you wasn't nothing, your grandma said you wasn't nothing, your boyfriend said you wasn't nothing and never would be nothing. They don't really know. They really can't define you. If you give anybody a piece of paper and a pen, and you say, I want you to define me, write down on a piece of paper who I am. I give you 100 years, they can't define you. I'm gonna tell you why they can't define you, and this will help you if you grasp this concept. The reason why they can't define you is simple and plain. They didn't make you. They didn't manufacture you. They don't know the ins and outs about you. Another thing is, you don't even know the ins and outs about yourself. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever done something that came up with something, that went through something and said, how did I come out of that? How did I make it through that? It was dark and lonely and frustrating while you was going through it. But when you came out, you were like, I made it out of that thing. And I'm better because of it. I hated it when I was going through it, but it made me a better person. You ever did that before? The reason why you did that is because you didn't know what was in you until you came out of it. You didn't even know what was in you until you came out on the other side of it. That's proof that if you can't define yourself, how can somebody else? Think about it. How can somebody else define you? This phone that I'm recording this video on, this phone started as an idea in the mind of the manufacturer. Now listen to this. This phone started out as an idea. It was the intellectual property of the manufacturer. Okay, what do you mean by that? Intellectual property is, intellectual is mental. Property is what is ownership. It was the mental ownership of somebody else other than the person that has it. Let me explain it this way. This phone that I have is an LG phone. It's by a company LG. You got Apple, LG, Samsung. You got Google phones, all kind of different phones. But the phone didn't start out as a phone. The phone started out as an idea. What you mean by that? It started out as an idea, what they call a brainchild. It started out in the mind of somebody. They had in their mind, preconceived what they were going to do. They knew the color of the phone. They knew what it could do. They knew the parameters of the phone, how far it can, what kind of apps that you could put on it. It knew all the limitations of the phone. But the phone didn't know that. The phone doesn't know that. Let me help you to understand this thing, because I don't want to overcomplicate this, but it's really good and deep if you grasp it. The best way to say it is the limitations on the phone, everything about the phone, only can be known by the manufacturer. The manufacturer knew the color. It knew what color it was going to be. It knew what size it was going to be. It knew everything about the phone. That's the reason why when you go to these authorized dealerships, or authorized representatives for these phones, they don't know everything about the phone. They have a limited scope of knowledge. They have to go take classes to learn what the phone can and cannot do. They'll give you a book about this thick, and you don't want to read that book. So many times you'll just go through the phone and you'll play with it and you'll fiddle with it and you'll learn things. Oh, wow, how did that do that? The reason why is because you found out something about the phone that you didn't know. Just as you found out something about yourself You didn't know. Because you were the intellectual property of Almighty God. God the one came up with that with you. You was his idea. I'm gonna let that marinate for a second. You were God's idea. I'm gonna let it think. I'm gonna let it sink in. It don't matter if you believe in him, even believe in him or not. You was his idea. Where were you at before you got here? My birthday is April the 18th, 1969. Where was I at April 18th, 1960? I wasn't here. I was somewhere. I was in the mind of God. I was in the mind of God. April 18, 1969 is what manifested me, just like this phone was manifested on a certain day. You know how they have release dates for phones and shoes. The iPhone 12 comes out on this date at this time. The new Air Jordan comes out at this date on this time. The new movie comes out this date, this time. You know why? Because the producer, the manufacturer, the one that came up with it, they release when it comes out. We call it the birthday. God called it the release date. So my point is, you think about this. You are significant. Is all I'm trying to tell you. Don't let nobody tell you you're not nothing. Don't let nobody tell you you sorry. You ain't gonna never amount to nothing. Don't let nobody tell you that. Because you came out from another place into this world. You came out of eternity into time. Now let me say something to you. The greater is always responsible for the lesser. Samsung is responsible for their phone, what they put out. They're responsible for it. It's their responsibility. That's why if something goes on, you have a warranty. Your warranty, you can take this phone back because something was wrong with it. And so Samsung is going to take care of it. It's not going to be at a cost to you because they're responsible for their product. Somebody going to be changed after they hear this. God is responsible for his product, man. He's responsible for his product. So the thing is, you don't have to fret about a lot of things that happens in your life. Eternity is bigger than time is. Eternity is huge. Time is just a little space. So the greater is always responsible for the lesser. And because the greater is responsible for the lesser, what you have to do in the lesser is go back to the greater. So in order for you to find out who you are, you as the lesser got to go back to the greater to find out who you are. Truth be told, nobody can define you except the one that made you. So just like a parent is greater and the child is lesser. So because the child came out of the parent is responsible for the child. Now, if they take care of the child or not, it doesn't matter, but they're still responsible. They're responsible for that child. What I'm saying is you have gift and value. You have a gift. You have value. You are valuable. And nobody wants to tell you that. Many times people are trying to devalue you, make you feel like you're nothing. You need to realize that you're somebody. You are somebody great. You're greater than what you even know. But the reason why you don't understand that is because you have let somebody who didn't create you, didn't make you, who cannot define you, tell you who you are. Man, you ain't no way you know who I am. Because I don't even know who I am yet. But I'm inquiring every day. Every day, my trials and tribulations are defining me and it's helping me to become a better person or a worse person. Either I'm going to believe who I am or I'm not. I'm going to believe who you say I am. But sooner or later, you're going to believe something. You're already walking in it. You're already walking in it. Who told you was an alcoholic? Who told you that you was nothing? Who told you that you never were going to amount to nothing? Did you believe it? Did you believe that? Did you let him define you? You know what? I think I am. I might be. I might be. So what you're telling the person is you allowed them to define you. Who told you that? Your experience? or God? Think about it. Who told you that? Did you really listen to that? Let me say something to you. This is what's amazing. You're stronger than what you know. They don't told you these things. They don't beat you down. But today I'm here to build you back up and pull you out of this hole that you're in. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you think about this, in order for you to make it into this world, you had to beat out 500 million sperm cells. Think about this. You beat out 500 million other sperm cells to make it inside your mother to begin to fertilize and become the person that you are. So you already can fight. You already strong. It was already in you. The sperm cell. You made it. You made it. You made it. So how you gonna let somebody tell you you ain't nothing, you ain't nobody, you ain't gonna never amount to nothing? You got to be kidding me. How they gonna tell you what you gonna amount to? They don't know who you are. So they can't define you. Don't let nobody define you but the manufacturer. You are a manufacturer's original. Out of all the phones in the world, this phone right here, this has a specific number on it because it is a manufacturer's original. It has its own. You, me. I'm Derek Terrell Dallas. Ain't nobody on the planet can be me like me. I got it on lock. Nobody can be me like me. So why would I do an injustice to try to be like Michael Jordan or be like LeBron James or be like this person or be like that person? I'm doing an injustice to the manufacturer by not being specifically me. You got to be who you are. You know why? Because this world and this generation needs you. I'm telling you, we need you. The gifts in you, the talents, all the stuff that's inside of you, we need it. It need to be on display so the world can see it because we need it. We all one part of a grand scheme. I'm one part of the puzzle. Nobody can be me like me. So don't try to be like me. Nobody can be you like you. So don't try to be nobody but you. But we all link together to make a puzzle, to make a big picture. Let me ask you that. Who told you you couldn't go back to school at the age of 50? Who told you that? Did you believe it? Who made you think that? Who made you think you can't change your life? Who made you think that? Did God tell you that? Or somebody that didn't and couldn't define you told you that? Who told you that? Who did you believe? Who did you believe? I said this stuff because I need you to understand that you need to know your significance. You need to say to yourself, if you have to sit in the mirror and say, y'all don't care what nobody say, I am somebody. Who said you can't be married at 60? Who? Why do you believe that? Why did you believe that? See, the good thing about it is all you need to do is get a different revelation. Get a different revelation about who you are and where you are. And I'm going to tell you, it'll change you. It will change you. It will change you. All the negative things that people done spoke over you and made you feel like, you worthless. You're not worthless by a long shot. You're not worthless because you're still here. If you had no longer value, you wouldn't be here. I need what's in you. I'm telling you, I need what's in you. I need you to find your niche, find whatever you're good at, find whatever your craft is, whatever your contribution to society, to this world. And I need you to put it out there because we waiting on it. I'm one of the people that's waiting on it. I need you to be who you are. The reason why I'm on this channel. Because people always talked about how I talk too much, but I always had something to say. They might not want to hear it. I came to understand it. I came to understand what I got to say is significant. It need to be heard. Now, it might not be to you, but somebody needs to hear it. Somebody needs to hear it. I had the biggest trouble coming up because I'm a small man. I'm 51 years old. Small. They picked at me. My nickname is Tadpole. Tadpole. Black folks call me Tadpole because I got a big head and a little body. But that's who I am. See, I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with my big head and my little body because that's who God made me to be. When I look in the mirror, I see what God was thinking in eternity before he sent me here. I see with my eyes what he was thinking. So why should I be upset about what God was thinking when he the one that created me and made me? If he wanted me to be 6'3", like I wanted to be when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be tall. I wanted to be this. I wanted to be everything but what I was. Once I came to understand, you know what? It's a swag I got that nobody else got because ain't nobody can do it like me because I got it on lock. This is who I am. And I accept that fully. I don't care what you think about me because I know who I am. And I don't say that arrogantly. I say that with confidence. I know who I am. So you cannot define me by nothing you think about me. Nothing. Nothing. And it's a free place to be. It's so freeing to be able to finally be able to accept, man, this is who I am. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Not what nobody else defined me to be. I'm talking about what God made you to be. I'm talking about what Almighty God made you to be now. You can look down, you can look at your body, you can look at your genitalia. Just what God made me to be, not what I'm trying to make myself. This is what he made me. This is his plan. It's not mine. And I accept that. I fully accept it. So my point is, I want you to understand. And I talked on the first video, I talked about, you know, this channel was going to be called I Needed to Hear That. But I looked and did some research and somebody else had the name, that channel name. So I changed it to from a statement of I needed to hear that to a question. Who needed to hear that? Because somebody out there needed to hear this right here. This right here will really help you if you come to grips with this and understand. You will stop doubting yourself. You'll stop doubting your existence. You'll stop doubting your purpose. You'll stop doubting it. You will stop doubting it. And the reason being is because you will begin to feel a sense of value about yourself. No matter what people try to do to devalue you, you will not allow yourself to be devalued anymore because you know what? I am the intellectual property of Almighty God. God thought about me. God came up with me. He came with me for a reason. And this will help you when you get in hard places. Like say you might not have enough money for a bill. You might not have no friends. You might not have no joy or no peace. You can say, look, God, you can say this to him. God, look. And this will help you if you grasp this because the greater is responsible for the lesser. God, you greater than me. So what I'm saying to you is, I didn't have to come here. I could have stayed wherever I was at. You could have left me there. But since you sent me here in this world, I'm your responsibility. You're responsible for me. So you know what? You're responsible for me and everything that pertains to my life. So God, you know what? I don't have the money for this light bill, but you sent me here because I was your idea. You thought about me. You sent me into this world. So guess what? I'm looking at you to take care of me and take care of this bill. Now, I'm not talking about take the money God don't gave you and go out and blow it on something stupid and then say, God, you're responsible for me and for this bill. No, 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 no. When you're doing what's right and you don't have it. I don't have the money. I don't have whatever it is. I need to be healed in my body. I don't know what's going on, God, with my foot. I don't know what's going on with my hand, my eye. God, I looked at you. You be responsible for me because I'm your responsibility. I'm your responsibility because I'm your idea. And because I'm your idea, I want you to take care of me. I don't know if that's too deep for some people, but if you grasp it, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. So I want to leave you with a question. When somebody comes to you again and say something that you know that is not true, the question I want you to ask yourself is that really who I am? Is that really who I am? Think about it. Is that really who I am? Now, I want to ask this question. Who needed to hear that? Y'all have a great day.